Hello everyone, good to come your way again today. We are still in the spirit of celebration. Okay, a very quick one. A few days ago, I made a post on arrest in lieu, or what we call substituted arrest. And I did a lot of explanation in that video. In fact, I also made a write-up too. Apart from the video I made, I also made a write-up too. Now, I appreciate the fact that I got a lot of engagement in that video, and some persons who also reached out to me, some appreciating the work and some criticizing the work. Now, there seems to be some sort of controversy about arrest in lieu. So this video I want to do now, I want to distinguish or differentiate between arrest in lieu and parties to offense. Now, there is no amount of justification for arrest in lieu. Arbitrary arrest. There is no amount of justification. It is only when you do not understand it. And I expect that law enforcement officers ought to understand or should understand the difference between arrest in lieu and parties to offense. And in parties to offense, we have accessories before the facts and accessories after the facts. Now, whether accessories before the fact and accessories after the facts, none of them should be used to confuse arrest in lieu. It is a different thing completely, altogether is a different thing. Now, in arrest in lieu, the law says that you cannot arrest somebody who has not committed any offense. You cannot arrest anybody by virtue of the fact that he is a relation to someone who has committed an offense. For instance, a father committed an offense, and in the absence of the father, you arrested the son, or you arrested the mother, or you arrested the brother, saying that if the son comes, then you will release the individual. That is arrest in lieu. Let's take, for instance, when you have someone who committed an offense, and the police or law enforcement agencies are looking for the person and is nowhere to be found. You have no business arresting the mother. You have no business arresting the father. You have no business arresting the sister. You have no business arresting the friend. That is what the law says. Criminal liability is not transferable. Now, in parties to offense, where the law says that everybody who has a hand in the actual commission of the offense, anybody who is in one way or the other, directly or indirectly involved in the commission of the offense, these are parties to offense. Now, in arresting offenders, parties to offense can also be arrested and to a large extent can be prosecuted. Get it right. If, for instance, like what we call accessories before the facts and accessories after the facts, then I will explain. Now, this is my system. This is my system. It has to tell you that how prepared I am so that people will not get confused about it. Now, according to the law here, parties, okay, accessories before the facts. In Nigerian law, an accessory before the fact is someone who, without being a principal offender, that is the actual person who committed the offense, who, without being the principal offender, knowingly encourages, assists, or procures the commission of a crime before it takes place. This is different from accessories after the fact. Now, in accessories after the fact, this one is somebody who assists criminal after the crime has been committed to help the criminal escape punishment or justice. Now, accessories before the fact is considered as guilt as a principal offender because their actions contributed to the crime. Now, in definition, a person who aids, who abets, who counsels, who procures the commission of an offense before it is carried out, that is accessories before the fact, right? Now, example of accessories before the fact, examples of this action is that providing a weapon, sharing information to plan a crime, or offering to be a lookout. Now, what this one simply means is that before an offense is committed, When you know that someone wants to commit an offense and you are sharing information on how that individual can commit an offense or commit a crime, you are accessories before the facts. You are the one enabling the individual with the information you're providing, right? So now anyone who counsels an offender to commit an offense is treated as a principal offender according to Section 7 of the Criminal Code in Nigeria. Now what this simply means is that if you advise someone to go and commit offense, let me bring it down to a layman understanding, because a lot of people might still be confused. Let's take, for instance, if you are in the office or at work and your son calls you and said, "Daddy, my friend insulted you. My friend said a whole lot of things about you, that you are this, you are that." And you, being the father, you now advise your son. Why will you be there and someone is insulting your father and he did not do anything? Are you not supposed to slap nonsense out of him? And your son, based on your advice, goes and slap the friend who insulted you in your absence. And in the course of that slap, both of them had a serious fight and your son injured him. Your son is the one who has committed the offense. Now, in applying accessories before the facts, when law enforcement agencies go into details of what happened, the father is part of the accessories before the facts. The father should be arrested because the father is the one who procured, who advises the son to engage in the fight that led to the assault. When people are saying, how come it's the son that fought another person and the police or law enforcement agencies arrested the father for the offense committed by the son? This is not arrest in lieu, even if the son is not around. And the investigation proves that it is the father who counseled or who advised the son to have committed that offense or that crime. The law will go after the father as well. Have you not seen where the father comes in this crime? The father is accessories before the facts. Now, let's still use accessories after the facts to illustrate this particular issue now. If, for instance, the father never advised the son to engage in this fight itself is a crime. That is affray, public disturbance, because two people are engaged in public disturbance. So, if the father never advised the son, for instance, to engage in a fight, the son fought someone, injured the person, and when the law enforcement officers came to arrest the son, having engaged in a public fight, in a public disturbance, and the father having knowledge that this son has committed an offense and the police are coming to arrest the son, opens a way for the son to escape. Let's take, for instance, the law enforcement officers came and said, "Where is your son? We are looking for him to answer to a crime." And this father now went into the house and hid the son, or went into the house and prepared an escape route for the son, thereby not allowing the law enforcement officers or security agencies to arrest the son. The father is what? An accessory after the facts. Because the father has aided the escape of the son from facing justice. The father is an accessory after the fact. Now, having seen the difference between accessories after the fact, accessories before the fact, and arrest in lieu. Now, if the father had no hand in the crime committed by the son, either before or after, which is accessories before the fact or accessories after the fact, and the police went ahead to arrest the father, that becomes arrest in lieu.